morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you might be in the world. Probably one of those three things. So welcome to episode 21. Let me write that down. Or is this 22? 21, I think, right? Episode 21, H10 AMA. Here we go. Boom. How's it going, guys? My name is Bradley Sutton. I'm joined by
Matt Benton. Good morning. Here.
Good morning here. And here for us actually is Irvine, California. It's a little bit gloomy outside. I mean, you still see blue skies, but you see those white clouds. I mean, we never even have clouds here. We don't even know what clouds are. So this is a gloomy day for us. For you guys, probably it's a beautiful day, but we appreciate all the support that you guys give us. Last episode, we had like 5-6 different countries on at the same time. So as always, please post below where you guys are joining in from. And we're very curious, especially those of you who are first-time viewers. Let us know how you found out about this broadcast. Let us know where you're from, where you're at in your Helium 10 journey. And I keep saying Helium 10. So Matt, for those first-time viewers who don't know about Helium 10, give them a quick 30-second rundown.
It was a good intro. Yeah, absolutely. So for those of you who don't know, Helium 10 is an all-in-one tool suite for Amazon sellers. We're the most reliable, best value, and most accurate for Amazon sellers. We've got everything from product research to keyword research to listing optimization to hijacker alerts, giveaways, launch numbers, and refunds, and everything in between. So we're working pretty hard to add a few new tools, and we've got a lot of awesome things coming soon. We had a couple updates over the last week. I think Bradley might touch on a couple of those today. But we've got a few of your questions, and feel free to post your questions below because we always get to those either in the current episode or in later episodes. So looks like we've got some folks joining in today. Reiko, good morning. Glad to see you here. Some familiar faces. Martin, Dave, David, thank you guys for joining. Irvine, let's go. All right, Bradley.
All right. So, hey, guys, real quick, if you haven't yet already, the Helium, a lot of you guys are on our Helium 10 users Facebook group, but we also the place where these videos are hosted is the Helium 10 software page. So if you haven't yet, go there right now, Helium 10 software page, and hit like, because we're sitting right now at 6,987 likes. So if we can get to 7,000 by like the middle or end of this episode, we're going to do a special giveaway. So we're at 6,987. So if you have not liked the Helium 10 software page, click out click right at the top and make sure to like it, and let's see if we can get that up to 7,000. But anyways, Matt referenced how we're always having different new updates and new tools and new features, and so that's one of the things I wanted to talk about today. Let me go ahead and share my screen here. Boom. All right. So we are here in Black Box, but I'm going to go to Cerebro, and now let's just see how knowledgeable you guys are. If you guys can see my screen, does anybody see something new? Or maybe you guys notice this just got updated yesterday, but is there anything here, especially you or Reiko, can everybody else hear us? Martin says he can't hear. Please let us know below if you can hear us. Let's just make sure it's not us. It might be Martin, your speakers. I'm hoping it's just Martin. Can everybody else hear us?
I think so. David responded Irvine, so he must have heard that.
All right, they're good to go. All right, Martin, check your speakers so you can hear us, or try and read the lips. Anyways, can anybody see what might be new on this? We'll give away in 5, 4, 3. Nope. I bet you John would have found out if John was online. All right, Carmen can hear us. Dave can hear. All right, good. All right, well, it's right here in the middle. It's called Get Competitors. All right, so this is helps you to use that new feature that we have, where you can compare competing ASINs within Cerebro and get their data. Now, some of you guys, were having trouble like, well, how do I pick which ASINs are my top competitors? Well, the ways that I was teaching, which is completely fine, is, look at your top keyword search and check using X-ray the number of sales. And you want to compare yourself to the guys that really look like your product and are getting a lot of good sales. Well, hello from Algeria. Well, that's a new country for today. All right. Ibrahim, welcome from Algeria. Amazon sellers in Algeria. Love it. Love it. Anyways, as I was saying, we pick our different competitors and then we put it right here in competing ASINs. But some of you guys, maybe you don't trust yourself. Like, am I really picking who my best competitors are? Well, we have developed a way, not Matt and I, we're not smart enough to do this stuff, but that's Boyan, our CTO. He developed a cool way to easily get a snapshot of who possibly some of your top competitors are. So we're going to go here to, should we do collagen peptides or should we do garden rake? What do you think, Matt?
Collagen peptides.
Let's do collagen peptides.
More search volume.
Yes. Good point. All right. Collagen peptides. So let's say, let me pick one that's not too great of a seller. Let's just go with, this one here. All right. I'm going to pick this. Oh, this is different. These are, looks like maybe they might be capsules. No, this is powder too. I haven't seen this product before. All right. We haven't searched this product before. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to paste the ASIN right here. Now I'm going to hit this brand new button, Get Competitors. Now what this is going to do, it's similar to the tool that we have in Black Box about a competitor search, but this is going to go out and it says, hey, this ASIN is ranked for, let's say, 1,200 keywords, all right? Exact keyword phrases. So it's going to go out there and see what other products are ranked for as many of those same 1,200 keywords. Let's say there's another product that's ranked for like 900 of the same ones, another one that's ranked 800, and so on and so forth. Well, this is going to pick the top, I believe, 20 ASINs that share the same number or the same exact keyword. So from this list here, you might just take a quick snapshot and say, okay, I want to compare myself to this. I'm going to, as you can see, it says one selected. I want to do this one. I want to do this one. Let's just say this one doesn't look like my product. It's like a bag. So maybe I'm not going to include that. What else? Let me include this one. All right. And then I hit close and look what happens. It puts them all right here. So I didn't even need to go to Amazon. Now I can hit my reverse search. And then it's going to pull up the search based on all of these ASINs. So the old way, remember, you would have to go here and you would have to just copy ASINs, which is totally fine. If you're really comfortable and you know your niche and you know which guys are your direct competitors, this is still, in my opinion, the best way to go. But maybe you're new to it and you're not positive who the ones that are most like your product are. Well, this is the way to go. You're able to pick from here. So now what this has done is it has given me 3,000 keywords that one of these, at least one of these, maximum all 5 of them are ranking for. So again, guys, as you keep playing around with this competitor ASIN search, try to use this button for something new to just get some ideas about which competitors you might have. So if you have any questions on this, please let us know. And otherwise, we'll go ahead and continue on in this and get to some of your questions. We have a lot. Reiko says, did you randomly pick them? Well, actually, let me put your question up there. If you remember, what I did was I was just looking at those little thumbnails and I wanted to pick ones that kind of look like my product. Like if you notice, there was a product on there that did share a lot of keywords. It was one of the top 20, but I specifically didn't choose it because it looked like a bag. So there might be customers out there who's like looking for a bag of collagen peptides as opposed to like a jar. So I really just wanted to make sure visually these products look the same as mine. Now, how many? I picked 4, but how many can I pick, Matt? I believe you can do more, right?
Up to 20?
Yeah,
quite
there's
a
up to
bit.
20. There's up to 20 that comes up, and then keep trying. I think I wouldn't go more than 10. I think you might be only able to do 10 or 11. I'm not sure, but you really don't want to, make it too wide. That's why we give you, like Matt said, 20, because from 20 you should be able to pick, at least. We have another question from Reiko before we get to the questions from the previous weeks. It says, did I hear it correctly that if your product is brand new, you can give away the total number of units within 2 days instead of splitting into 8? That was on an AMPM podcast. And now this is hiding my face and Matt's face. All right, there we go. So yes, that's actually a technique that I was using, probably for the last 6 months, before I started working here, was I would take that CPR number and instead of doing it over 8 days, I would do it over 2, and I would get actually better results on a lot of ASINs. Now, recently, I've been hearing things a lot about, they're working a lot differently nowadays. How you do the giveaways, and so sometimes it works better it's going back to the old way of 8 days. So there's still a lot of testing done. There's going to be a really, really cool podcast. Obviously, Reiko, you're listening to the AMPM podcast. That's where you saw that information. But there's going to be a really cool AMPM podcast probably this week or next week that we're going to have some top people who are from a lot of these giveaway companies, and they're going to tell you about the best trends and what they've noticed with different things that's been going on in this space on Amazon. So make sure that you guys are all subscribed to the AMPM podcast. And how can they do that, Matt? If where are the different places that they can get the AMPM podcast?
Yeah, first and foremost, I would just go to YouTube, type in AMPM podcast, and hit subscribe. That's the best way to do that.
All right, let's go ahead and get into some questions from last week and the previous weeks. We have a question here from, let me hide this. There we go. We have a question here from, let's see, who is this from? From Mel. So let me see if I can paste it here. There we go. What are some TOS compliant ways to get Amazon reviews? Matt, can you help Mel out?
Yeah, Mel, thanks for your question. Everyone's got their own ways to get reviews. Maybe Bradley can add some here, but the best way to get reviews, and we've touched on this before, is just sales, and more sales. Outside of that, inserts are a great way to get reviews, and just having a great product and providing great service to your customers. Anything outside of that are like hacks and kind of quick, fleeting ways, and those might not stick for a long time and you might wear yourself out. So I would say inserts, having a great product, great customer service, and really caring about your customers. And the review should come. Bradley, would you add anything to that?
Yeah, I mean, so some newer ways is like you building an audience in Facebook, from your current customers or the customers that have ordered at least twice from you. Because if somebody's ordered twice from you, they probably love your product. And then, targeting them with a Facebook ad or even a mini chat or chatbot, message, asking for a review. The things not to do is, the black hat stuff you see, or sometimes, people give 2 links like, here, click here if you hated it, click here if you loved it. But if you hated it, it goes to like the seller feedback, which as you know, you could probably delete. So Amazon really frowns upon that kind of stuff. You're putting yourself out there for getting suspended or something if you do stuff like that. But if you just follow the guidelines, reviews are hard to get. I mean, 1 out of 100 sales, could get a review, if that, but that, unfortunately, that's just the normal. Because think about it, you guys like me, I buy stuff from Amazon all the time, but the amount of times that I actually leave a review is, I'm embarrassed to say, is very few, so, and that's the majority out there. So, just make sure that, like Matt said, to make sure to have a good product, and those reviews will eventually come. So thank you for that question, Mel. We have another question here from BG. He or she says, if you're looking for wholesale products and suppliers, what are the best search criteria to use? So let me go ahead and share this right here. All right. So if you're looking for wholesale suppliers, there's a couple ways you could do it. I won't go into, the actual searches here, but I just want to show you guys some of these filters here. And especially, I'm very happy that we have non-private label sellers. We have a lot of non-private label sellers who are using Helium 10 software. Sometimes people say, oh, you guys are just for private label. No, we have a lot of wholesale arbitrage people who use this. And so one of the ways that they use this is if they want to see just, general wholesale products, they would put the number of sellers, minimum like 10, let's say, because usually if it's a private label product, there is no reason for it to have 10 sellers. It's usually 10 sellers if it's like a retail or arbitrage. So you might, look for those. A lot of times too, like maybe a couple companies give you a list of products or brands that they have available. Well, you can search for that on Amazon, sure, but you can also search for that right here. Like, let's say, I don't think you can do Nike anymore, but let's say you could do Nike. You would search, for products that come up with that Nike, brand name here in the title. And the cool thing about using black box as opposed to, let's say, just searching for Nike on Amazon is that you can go into a really, deep search. Like, there's Nike shirts, there's Nike, shoes, but you could pick the exact category, you could pick the revenue. And then also a lot of times these wholesale products or arbitrage, it's not continuously available on Amazon. It'll go out of stock. So if you were to, let's say there's something that you're searching for and it's out of stock, if you search for it on Amazon.com, it's not going to show up, guys. You'll just get what's in stock. But Black Box, we're showing you stuff that have been selling recently, even if it's out of stock right now. So that's really important that you get that visibility of stuff that you might not see if you're searching for, if you're searching just on a general Amazon search. So thank you for that question, BG. Hope that helps. Let's see. Mac says, is FBA still viable for new entrants? It seems like all the products are gone. There's too much competition. It's hard to get reviews. There's so much cost, PPC, ranking, and logos, et cetera, et cetera. So, but the basic question that he says is FBA still viable for new entrants? What would you say, Matt?
Can you paste that first part of the question up there, Bradley?
Yes.
And it's funny. So if any of you watch YouTube or see any YouTube videos on this stuff, you'll notice there's a huge influx of folks asking this question with new videos of, is Amazon still a thing? Does it still work? And absolutely. The way we see it is Amazon is just an unmerchandised like store, essentially. So there's the trend in e-commerce right now is going up and up and up and up. And online retail in the US and worldwide still is a small portion of retail overall. So Amazon's got a ton of room to growth. I mean, there's new products every single day and new niches popping up. For example, Bradley's favorite product that he uses as an example, collagen peptides. Collagen is a new thing. So there's these major brands that just popped up in the last couple months, definitely within the last year, who came out with collagen. It's a multi-million-dollar per month product and industry. So there's definitely still a ton of room. Where I would start, and Bradley's got Black Box up here on the screen, is I would start, you want to pop that up, Bradley? Is I would start in Black Box. So we won't do an example search here, but you can enter in basic criteria, and then we've got advanced filters here where you can enter in what works for your business and begin your search there. So I would start your search for a product in Black Box, and Black Box tracks over 450 million products, so more products than anyone in the world except for Amazon. And that would be a great place to start your search. Once you do find a product or get a few ideas in Black Box, I would go to Amazon and dig a little deeper. So that from there, I would use our Chrome extension, X-Ray inside the extension to look at the market and see how those other sellers are doing. Those other sellers would be your potential competition in the future. So that's where I would start. And to answer your question, yes, Amazon is definitely viable for new entrants. Absolutely.
Yeah, I see new success stories every month. And once, like Matt said, once you take Black Box for a test drive, you'll see how much opportunity is out there. Like, you won't believe, even if just a simple search, like looking for people selling $10,000 a month, that's over $100,000 a year just on one product, and they only have like 2 images. I mean, there's hundreds of products or hundreds of products out there that are like that. So that means those to me are opportunities. Like, as long as they're not brand names, if they're a private label seller and they have a terrible listing, but they're still making money, guys, that's an opportunity right there. And we have that filter right here that you could do to search. So thank you for that question, Mac.
Maybe in the future, when every single listing on Amazon is perfectly optimized, it has all of its images, maybe at that point it would be less of an opportunity, but I don't see things slowing down anytime soon. So
here's a question from Reiko, who is rivaling John as our new most interactive person on it. So thank you very much, Reiko, for all your questions always. She says, after 2 days of a giveaway, starting on day 3, do I begin inching up my price? So that's just one technique. There's a lot of people out there who don't don't lower their price at all. They just start like, hey, I want to sell this product at $19.99, and they put it out there for a giveaway for like $2.99, but that $19.99 price, they keep. There are other people who have the theory and the practice, and there's nothing wrong with this, where let's say their target price is $19.99, but they really, really, really want to make sure they convert organically in the beginning to get the, more verified reviews. And if you have a product that's on page 1 and you have like only like 5 or 6 reviews, and then everybody else has like 100 or 1,000, you've got to give some like extra incentive to buy your product. because otherwise, you as a buyer, me as a buyer, if I see two products priced at $19.99, one has 1,000 5-star reviews, one has 5 reviews, I'm going to pick the one that has 1,000 reviews, unless there's something else, like unless the other listing is ugly or something. But let's say all things considered, the only thing that would get me to purchase yours is like maybe it looks like the same thing that's only $14.99. So yeah, maybe in the beginning you might lose some money, or not lose some money, just not make as much. But that's what some sellers do. They're like, wait, could you guys hear us? I think we had gone off the broadcast there temporarily. I apologize about that. Technical difficulties. We're back now. Let's go on to Martin has a question. He says, he takes up the whole entire page here. He says, I am new to Helium. I just ran my first Cerebro report for my first private label product. For most of the phrases with best Cerebro search or score or search volume, my product is not in the first page. How do I exactly improve my listing, including those keywords? Since I'm limited in the number of keywords, I would have to delete some of the existing ones. Do you have any thoughts for him to start, Matt?
Most of my phrases. Let me reread the question. For most of my phrases. I think the main question was, how do I exactly change or improve my listing, including those keywords?
Okay, so Martin, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think what you're asking is you ran Cerebro on your own product, and then you saw that you're ranking not on page 1 for a lot of the keywords. So how do you improve that? So like, what would you say, Matt?
I'm gonna let you take this one, Bradley. Yeah, go for it.
All right, let me go for it. Matt's being generous here, so let me just hide it because I can only see my humongous forehead right now. There we go. All right, so if you notice that you did a search, let's go ahead and do this example and run through it. Let's pick another collagen peptides product. Let's pick this one right here, and let's say this is Martin's product. I want to pick one that's not very good, that's not selling well. I'm going to look up collagen peptides powder. Usually some of these longer tail keywords have lower search volume. So let's see. Yeah, this is the one I pick. So let's go to this one. And let me get this ASIN right here. And I bet this one is not ranking that well for many keywords. So here I am in Cerebro. So I think, Martin, correct if it's wrong, this is what you did. You took your ASIN, you put it in here, and you hit reverse search. All right. And then you pulled it up, and then you're like, for a lot of the top, maybe you sorted it by exact phrase search volume. And just real quick, for those people just watching Matt, in 20 seconds or less, what does a reverse ASIN search mean, which is what I just did here in Cerebro?
Yeah, so if you run Cerebro and pop an ASIN into Cerebro, it's going to return all the most relevant and all the keywords that ASIN ranks for, and it turns up in the search results for Amazon. So that's a good, quick, and fast way to get a good baseline for your keyword research. And Bradley's going to go in and show us another method. I think we're going to go ahead and compare competitor ASINs, but I'll let you get into it.
maybe this is what Martin did. He's like looking at his product and he's like, oh my goodness, these are high volume keywords, right? But then my rank is only 133, 164, 261. Like I'm not even on page 1 for any major keyword other than collagen peptides, grass-fed organic. Maybe it's right here. So you might be wondering, how do I improve my ranking? Well, you can do PPC, to target these keywords to improve your ranking. But one thing, Matt alluded to it, is I would make sure that these are relevant to your product. Just because you're ranking for it, Amazon does that, but that doesn't mean that they're the most relevant keywords to your product. And the way you can do that is by comparing your ASIN to top sellers who look like your product. So you would put all the top sellers right here in competing ASINs, and see which ones are they on page 1 for. And those for sure are going to be converting keywords for you as long as your product is comparable to them. But you also mentioned that you're limited in the number of keywords, that you might have to delete some. No, you don't. You shouldn't have to delete keywords. The amount of relevant keywords that you have is never more than the real estate that you have listed. I mean, you can put a lot of keywords. Yes, there's only 250 characters in the back end and in the search terms. There's only 50 characters maybe you have for subject matter, but the bullet points can all be like, 100, 200 or more characters each. Your title can be like over 100 characters. Your description can be like 1,000 characters or more. So there's not a limit. I guarantee the number of super relevant keywords to your product is not going to be more than the real estate you have. So how do you find which ones are relevant? Because like, for example, this one only has 614, but as you saw, we just ran a Cerebro test earlier today and they had like 3,900. Now, yes, you probably couldn't put 3,900 keywords, but again, just because there's 3,900 doesn't mean that every single one of them is hyper relevant. So you have got to compare your product to the other ASINs and then pick ones that maybe they're getting their sales from. And again, we don't know where they're getting their sales from for sure because Amazon doesn't give that data. But if they're on page 1 for a high volume keyword, like if this product was on page 1 for collagen peptides, which they're not, then we could say, oh yeah, they're probably getting a lot of their sales from there. That's something that I need to get on page 1 for.
And Martin, I will add, it is a slow build, so you're not going to automatically rank for all your most, highly trafficked keywords, your most important keywords right at the beginning. I would tick off and aim for 1 or 2 keywords at a time. And as you start ranking for 1 and 2 and 3 keywords, then you can continue to add more keywords that you're targeting. So I would track your list of top keywords in Keyword Tracker, just so you know where you're constantly standing and where your listing is for those keywords.
All right. So we have, thank you for that. Who was that? That was Martin, right?
Yep.
All right. Now we have Anna. I don't think Anna's, or Anka. I'm sorry. I thought it said Anna. Anka might be first time question. So she says, I need your help regarding Cerebro. When you create the title, reverse search, do you target high exact search keywords and low competing items, or what is the best practice when you search the title keywords? Well, Anka, can you please specify what you mean by the title? Maybe you're talking about you're trying to create the title for your product. But either way, Matt, what like we just ran this search here. So what is your next step? What are you looking for? Like, are you looking for the number of competing items, or what's more important to you, Matt?
Yeah, one of the more important things to me is, obviously, we've talked about this before, just starting with highly trafficked keywords that get a lot of search volume. But recently we've added competing ASINs in Cerebro, so you can add some of your top competitors and see where you stand in comparison to them. Because if those competitors are ranked on page 1 for different keywords, that there's a good chance that that's where they're getting their sales from. So that's where I would start. You talked a little bit about competing items and might have been alluding to the IQ score. Those are kind of like secondary and tertiary.
Tertiary. Oh my goodness, this vocabulary lesson today.
In terms of just where I'm concerned with. So I would start with exact phrase search volume and then entering your competitors here into competing ASINs. So that would be a great start. And Bradley.
Yeah, and we can pull up. So she did say she's looking for the title. So I think, let me see if I've done any searches for that. I have not done any searches. I must be on a different account here. So let me go ahead and really quick show you how that works. One more time, we did it earlier, but I didn't go through the whole thing. So like, let's say this guy is a top seller. I'm going to paste him right here. And this guy, oh,
we lost a mic.
Ouch. This microphone, I'm telling you, I don't know how Matt did this side. So I'm just going to put 2 right here for time's sake. And plus, because I'm holding a 20-pound microphone with my left hand here. So let me do a new search for these. And now, so I am going to see like, okay, these guys are top sellers in my niche. Where are they getting their sales from? So it's actually going out and searching. Now, remember, my product only had 614 keywords, but I guarantee this is going to be like over 2,000. Yeah, 2,700. I just look smart right there. But 2,700 keywords for both of these. So then what I would do is I would say, I want to see what their average is on the first page. They're listing from 1 to 16. And both of them, I want both of them to be ranked. And I'm looking for a really high exact phrase. So I'm going to go 4,000 or more. Okay, because again, Anka said that she's interested in her title. All right, so now we've got 26 keywords here. So I'm gonna sort it again by exact phrase search volume, and now I see here that these guys are ranked number 1 and number 2 for collagen powder. So right away, this is a astronomical exact search volume keyword. Like, it's very rare for any search on Amazon to have this kind of power. So right away, I know, hey, I've got to include this phrase in phrase form somewhere in my title. And possibly collagen peptides too, because this almost has 100,000. And again, they're ranking at the very, very top. So right away, I found 3 different words here that I want to put in my title somehow. But remember, collagen is here 3 times. So maybe I'll just put this one in phrase form, right? And then somewhere I'll put peptides in there, and then collagen is already taken care of. So if I make my title collagen peptides powder, guess what? I just have the top 3 keywords in my title. And actually, if I put it in the beginning, now that's in my canonical. As a matter of fact, I think that's what, no, this seller didn't do it. This guy, look, this guy has collagen peptides powder. So he's got all 3 of these keyword phrases in his title right at the beginning. Really important to have, because, you know, Amazon gives you a little bit more juice when you have these words in your title. So thank you for that question, Anka. Let's continue on here. Let's do a quick contest. All right. Now, we learned about this from Anthony Boytron in another group. We did an AMA in another group. As far as the code, you don't have that code yet, right?
I do. We're all set.
Yep. Oh, you do have the code. Okay. So first of all, we're going to announce this at the end too. If any of you guys are not, do not have a diamond or platinum Helium 10 account yet, if you're looking to get a platinum account, which normally is what, $97 per month,
yep, and
you just want to try us out for 1 month without having, you know, to pay the full price, we have a 50% off your first month offer just for those who are on the broadcast today. It's only going to be on for 24 hours. So if you're watching this on the replay, it's still good as long as it's before October 3rd at 10:30 a.m. because that's when it's going to go off. So Matt, can you give me that code? What is it?
Yes.
Peptides 1?
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you type it in? Because I'm literally holding this.
You bet.
Microphone up here.
This is for everyone who's still a free user, hopefully to help you guys out and get started. And then we'll dive into a few more questions here, probably go about 15 more minutes. And call it a day. All right, Bradley, all set.
All right. So now you guys only saw what I'm dealing with with this microphone. It's ridiculous. All right. So guys, Peptides 1 will get you 50% off. Peptides 1. Let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger here. Whoops, I took it off. But Peptides 1, we'll put it up. We'll put it back up at the end. Number 2, who wants a free shirt? We've only got 28 viewers today, but that's okay. We're still going to give away a free shirt. Here's what I'm going to do. I am thinking of a number from 1 to 50, and I'm going to, or Matt, you write it down on your hand right there.
No piece of paper today, so it's going to go on the hand.
Okay, so Matt just wrote a number from 1 to 50 right here. So the question is, what number did he pick? And the first person to get it right is going to get a free shirt. So go right now, type right here in the comments. Only put one number at a time. You can do multiple guesses if you want. One number from 1 to 50. What number does Matt have written on his hand? Ready, set, go, guys. Let's see if we get those. Mike says, thank you for the promo codes. You are quite welcome, Mike. And guys, don't forget, you guys can share these codes too, just as long as it's within 24 hours. You know, if you give this code out and it's, you know, Thursday, it's already not going to work. So please do share it, you know, with anybody who you know who is interested. So guys, send in those guesses right now. Remember, you're putting a number from 1 to 50 right here, and the first person to get it right All right, I see some numbers coming through. They're not coming through on.
I'm not seeing anything.
There we go. Oh my goodness. All right, we've got. Okay, it's. Let me see. It's not 17. It's not 23. It's not 36. Not 25. Not 36. Not 24. Not 19. Not 45.
Some of you are so close.
Not 15. Not 12. Not 22. Not 11. Not 28. Oh my goodness, what's going on? Come on, guys. It's not 15. It's not 18. Not 9. Not 33.
Keep going.
Not 49. Not 34. No, it's not 4. It's not 89. Remember, it's only 1 through 50, guys. 1 through 50. It's not 29, not 33, not 12, not 39. Oh my God, how many guesses is it going to take, guys? Not 28, not 22.
Some of you are so close.
You guys are real close. It's not 18. It's not 32, not 5, not
Lindsay,
29.
you were close. Linda,
50.
wow. Super close.
Not 9, not 15, not 27, not 19. Linda's the closest so far. Diane, no, not 1.
Oh, I see
it.
Lindsay,
you got it.
A winner. I don't know if you can see this. It was 16.
16, Lindsay. You've got a shirt. And you already have a shirt because she went to our social. So she's going to put this up on eBay. This is her retail arbitrage. You know, she's getting a shirt for free. So Lindsay, please let us know your address. We'll send you another shirt. Thank you guys for all the guesses. Did anybody guess afterwards? But I think Lindsay was the first to guess 16. If you guys guessed 16 before her, let us know. But wow, look at all these comments. Mike said 16 too, but I think he was a little bit after Lindsay. So all right, guys, thank you for that. Lindsay, send us your address, in the DM, and we'll send you the a black shirt. Let us know your size and address. So awesome, guys. That was pretty fun. That was fast. At first, it seemed like nobody was voting, and all of a sudden, 1 million numbers came through. So anyways, another quick question that we have here. This is from Jody. She says, I see that Helium 10 helps find keywords. Wondering if you use the keyword in the PPC campaign, do you have to have it listed somewhere in the front end or back end of your listing or not at all? That is an excellent question. Usually, if you're doing an exact phrase search match, you kind of have to have it in your listing. Otherwise, Amazon will not show it. That always wasn't the case. But does a word have to be in your listing to show up at all in PPC? And the answer is no. If you do a broad phrase search or you do an auto campaign where you let Amazon choose the words, very often they're going to show you in the results of searches for words that are not even in your listing, but just that Amazon thinks that might be relevant for your product. So that's why it's very good not just to do an exact phrase search match, but to also do phrase search and also to do broad search and also to do auto campaigns, because you're going to get put in front of words that you don't even have in your listing. And guess what? If you start converting well for one of those keywords, even though it's not in your listing, you're now going to be ranked organically for it, which is something, that Manny discovered months ago, like in April. You can rank organically for words that you're not even, that's not even in your listing, which is really cool. But if you're wanting to like rank for like a competitor's keyword, it's not like you can just make an exact phrase search, and hey, I want to rank for sports nutrition, collagen peptides. It's not going to rank you for sports nutrition. The only way you'll ever get it is if Amazon themselves decides to put you in front of that search and you convert for it. So thank you for that question, Jody. And Mike says the promo code, again, peptides1, all capitals for peptides. I think it might be case sensitive. I'm not sure, but just to be safe, peptides1. We'll post it again at the very end of the broadcast for you guys. Another question here. I currently use other tools. Can you for my search results, but can you justify why Helium 10 X-ray is a better software to use and more accurate? This is from Stephen. More accurate before I consider changing to Helium 10. So Matt, he's talking about X-ray. Let me see if I can share the screen and show people how X-ray works. And go ahead and talk.
Can you post the whole question up there, Bradley?
I don't think I can. It's too big, but let me
go for
put
it.
The second half of it here.
And that's a really good question. I think the beginning of your question was in regards to Jungle Scout, and there's a few other tools out there who do the same thing. And that's a good question. We do get it a lot. Look, they're an awesome tool. They were first to market, and they've helped out a ton of sellers. But like anything else, we thought we could do it better. That's why we launched Black Box and X-Ray. Probably really similar to the mindset of a lot of you Amazon sellers and private labelers. So when you're doing your product research, you are in the same process and same mindset that we're in as software developers, right? So we see a tool just the same way as you see a product and you think that you can improve on it. So that's why at the beginning of the year, we launched Black Box and X-Ray. We've got a number of different features that are new and unique to our software. We also track over 450 million ASINs. Like we mentioned before, that's more ASINs than anyone else outside of Amazon. So Amazon's the only business that tracks more products or ASINs than we do. So that's a really great place to start. So obviously Black Box to start your product research search, and X-Ray to dive a little bit deeper. There's a few columns that I like in particular, which are like review velocity and then our sales graph. So you can see, maybe Bradley, you can click on one of those. You can see historical sales on a daily basis. So you can see how that product was trending. Maybe it just launched, right? So you can see, okay, so if I was to launch in this month, maybe I could expect something similar. If my listing was comparable, then we can open it up to 90 days, 1 year, and all time. And that'll give you just a really good snapshot and look into the different products that you're looking to dive into. So
yeah. So again, I don't have anything bad to say about other tools. I've used almost everything out there, and I don't really have anything necessarily bad to say about it. There are some tools out there which I have found are off slightly, like on the FBA fee. Like one time, go through this, guys. Go through this on your own account. If you have more than one tool, there's some free tools out there too. But see what the other tools say, like is your FBA fee. Then go into your backend, like do the search on your own product, and then go to your backend and see, compare it to ours. Now, when I did that to mine, Helium 10 was to the very cent. Like if this says 1116, I go to my backend, it says 1116. But I found that other tools are saying like 1175. Not a huge deal, but if you're really, really particular, you want exact information, and that's what this gives. The other thing that I think that we're unique, again, just because a tool doesn't have this doesn't mean they're a bad tool, but just something that sets us apart is like this review count. Like if we want to know, if I have lost any reviews, this is gonna tell us. There was one product here, a sports nutrition. Let me can you type in sports nutrition collagen peptides? There was one product that I saw lost some reviews, and I am not sure if they're still on Amazon or not. So sports nutrition collagen. Let's see. I think it might. Yeah, I think they got kicked off of Amazon.
There was someone that got a ton of reviews.
Yeah, they had like 6,000 reviews, and then all of a sudden they had like 10, and I'm like, they're under a like an Amazon check. And then the next thing they weren't even listed at all. Like, I don't see their product anymore. But it was like these little packets. So how I knew that they lost reviews was because of this. I'm on their page, and I clicked on X-Ray, and then I went here and I clicked on their review count, and this shows me each day that the reviews are going up. And this is how it's supposed to look. Every day your reviews are going up and up and up and up. But what happened, you could see with our tool, they had like 5,000, and then boom, it went down to like 10. And so, maybe if you just did an Amazon search, you might think, oh, here's a product with 10 reviews. It must be a brand new, product. But no, it's because they had the reviews taken away. So that's one thing that sets us apart, I believe, as well. So thank you for that question. Real quick, we got 2 more questions here. Can I rank for less competitive keywords, even if I don't have much volume in sales? Yes, you can. What I would do, like for collagen peptides, remember one of the keywords that I searched for was collagen peptides powder. So maybe collagen peptides, you need to give away 1,000 units, and they're like, man, I can't afford that. But what I would do, I'll go ahead and target collagen peptides powder. Maybe that's or that's less units. Maybe you only have to do 20 a day or something, and you're still going to get a little juice for the collagen peptides. And then maybe once you've scaled a little bit your sales, now you can go ahead and go after the big keyword. And that kind of goes into the question that Mike here has live. He says, is there a specific process to follow for giveaways using the CPR method? Well, the way that the CPR method was designed was for 8 days, 8-day giveaway. So that's, if you see that number there in Cerebro, let's go to it right now. This number that you see here is meant for full over 8 days. But, like was mentioned before, I have found success doing the same number over 2 days. But again, lately in the last few weeks, people are saying that things are not as predictable as it was before. And that's why we're doing this special AMPM podcast in a few days, getting a lot of the experts in the field to talk about what the current trends are. So if you are about to do a big giveaway or something, I would say wait a few days for this AMPM podcast. You might learn something. We might learn something from these guys that might change the way you think about giveaway. So make sure to tune in for that on the AMPM podcast. And one more question about the giveaways or about launch right here I see is from Mike, different Mike, from who has sent this question into helium10.com/questions. Again, so if you guys didn't get your question answered today, please do helium10.com/questions. And he says, how many keywords do you want to target for ranking at launch? Personally, I like to do like 3 or 4 if I can get them, together. So like, for example, on this one, I would have done collagen peptides powder, and then I would have done collagen powder. I might have done collagen peptides because all of them are kind of, they give juice to each other. When you rank for collagen peptides powder, I'm getting a little bit of juice for this, and I'm getting a little bit of juice for this, as opposed to if I were just going to, on a different day, target those keywords by itself. So I always try and do like 3, 4, or even 5 keywords, phrases at a time, as long as they're interchangeable. Like I wouldn't do brain octane oil and then collagen protein powder and then skinny fit super youth, because those are almost completely separate and they're not helping each other out. So I would always pick words that help each other out. And maybe one more question for Matt here. Oh, this is a very valid. Ben says, where can I rewatch this seminar? So what are the different ways that people can see these videos?
Yeah. So you can go to Helium 10's Facebook page and rewatch all these videos. You go to the page, hit the videos column on the left, and there's a collection of all, I think, 1 to 21. So all the videos we've done so far, and we're most likely going to be adding these to YouTube. So I would go to YouTube, Helium 10, and hit subscribe, because we'll be uploading those there as well. So if that would be a good place to add those videos or these videos, let us know in the comments, and we'll have the team get to it. Bradley's going to post the code up here one more time. Peptides1, and this is for all the free users or folks who are thinking about taking the jump. It's for 50% off the first month for any plan.
Right. All right, guys. So our next broadcast is going to be Thursday at 3 p.m. If you guys like that little guess the number, we might do guess something else next time. Let us know, and we'll do another one of those giveaways. Don't forget, guys, whenever you see the notification in the Facebook groups that there's a new video, please share that. Please share it publicly. Let everybody know about it. Invite people, tag people in the comments. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure to leave your comment below on where you're watching from. Especially, we like to hear from those of you guys outside the country. Today, we had a new country, Algeria. Man, we need to start tracking all the countries. We've got UK, we've got Australia, but now we have Algeria. So that's so cool, guys. Thank you very much, Reiko, for tuning in. Lindsay says thank you.
Brandon, I see your question. We'll answer it on the next show. Good question.
Yes, Brandon, please give us your question. And actually, Brandon, you're one of the ones who definitely would want to watch that new AMPM podcast that we're going to come out with this week or next. So make sure to look for that Facebook group or that YouTube channel or on your iTunes. You can search it on iTunes.
Yep, yeah, absolutely. Thursday at 3 p.m. though. Next show
is our next show. Thursday, 3 p.m. Guys, thank you very much. We'll see you guys on Thursday.